Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would show you guys, since I was packing up a couple orders, how I pack an order. Just something fun to kind of put on my my YouTube channel because I don't think you guys know how I do it. So I went ahead and I gathered some of the stuff that I use. But first things first is the box of goodies that we're going to be sending out from one of my customers. And to protect them, I have the top, just fold it down so that you can't see who the person is. And the first thing I do is I gather up all of my customer products and I put them inside of a box, and then I I pull everything from my shelves, and then once I've pulled everything from my shelves, and I put them in boxes with the designated packing slip, I then once I finish all of that, then I was concentrating. I come back over to the main station, which is my little desk office space, and I get them actually packaged. So this first one that I'm working on, they got a pretty big order. So I'm gonna go through here with my pink highlighter, and I actually have a couple little pink pens I usually write my notes and such on, but unfortunately I can't find it right now, and I was like, I just want to get this done and sent out. So we're just going to use the highlighter, which is what I used to use in the beginning. I like pink, guys. So this customer, let's see, got one fairy light, got a gilded pear, orange goji, a little blue bar. Let's see, here they got two little blue bars, so I always circle that and make sure before I check off that I have two little blue bars, and I do. This is just my checks and balances to ensure that everything that they ordered is inside their box. And we have white tea, oatmeal milk and honey, twigs and berries, and then we have two flamingos. So I do have two flamingos, and then we have two sweet peppermints, salt bars. Okay, so it looks like we have everything, and I have pre-packaged packages because I noticed that it does take me a little bit of time to get everything packaged. So sometimes I throw in a little extras, but pre-packaged right now for all orders for right now. So that's all complete. Once I have all of that, I will fold this up, and I'm going to put it inside of the customer's goodie bag. And this is with washi tape, so it pulls apart very easily. And let's get that inside of there. And that. Alright, once that's complete and I have all the goodies, I'm going to get tissue paper inside. So this will be a medium shipment box. And I'm going to grab tissue paper, which I keep in a drawer right below. So you guys will probably see me kind of shuffling a little bit under there because I'm grabbing a piece of it. But there's a drawer system right below, so it keeps everything really close by. So I have a piece of tissue paper. And because I have the camera and stuff up here, I'm kind of restricted on space a little bit, so that's why it's going a little bit longer. And I also have tool, I think it's called. I don't know. And I have that in white, and I also have pink, so I'll kind of use depending on what I'm feeling. But right now I have white open, so, and I just drape enough inside the box so that I can get a cute little bow. And I'm gonna cut that. So once I finish that, I'm going to push this down so maybe it'll be not so overwhelming. Okay. And then I take my tissue and I'm going to fold my tissue in half, and I am overwhelming you guys with the, let me try moving my box for a second so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I am currently move all of that out your way. So just gonna, usually a little bit faster than this, fold that in half. I'm gonna take my box and put my tissue paper inside of the box. Sometimes I need to fold it just a little bit tighter. That's why I use my box as my measuring guide, just something just to kind of help me. Sorry guys, I thought this would be a good idea to show you. Didn't realize that you really just don't have the space for this. But anyway, so I got that in there. And depending on how much product there is, I will fill. Sometimes I'll wrap it. This is for a medium-sized box, so I don't actually wrap the product in the tissue paper and then put it inside of one of the little flat envelopes that are padded. Because it's boxed, I actually use some paper, some shredded paper. So I don't know if you guys have seen any of my decor videos, my office space videos, but I keep it inside of this old water jug I had that really was not very good at holding water because it leaked, but it was absolutely awesome for holding my shredded paper, and it's pretty. So I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom, and then before I put these inside, you guys are noticing that my labels are, I have my products all pre-boxed up and labeled and waiting to just be pulled easily. And it has a little heart that tells the customer what it is on the side, because I found it to, I just didn't like the look of my pink boxes with the these labels on the back. So I just wanted a really clean statement, and if they pull all these little packages off, it makes it difficult for them to see or know what's inside of the box. So I just thought it would be better just to label the actual box itself, and then right before the customer, I fill the customer's order, I would slide these on, and it just, you know, just kind of creates that clean statement, but the customer will still be able to see what they've got by this. And I actually didn't prep that, and so I'm gonna try to quickly grab some of these boxes and just kind of quickly get them inside the boxes. I'm sorry guys, I don't have my life in order. Like I said, I thought this was gonna be a little simpler than it ended up. So just gonna I love these boxes, guys. And these are boxes that I actually make in-house. So I foil all my own boxes. I do order the, these are actually truffle boxes. And I order the truffle boxes. And then I foil stamp them with a foiling machine that I invested in. Because I found that although there were companies that catered to smaller businesses such as myself in the foiling, and just really want to make sure that I always give my customers really pretty detailed, you know, just to show that they're important and I appreciate them. But it was still a little expensive for me as a business owner, and for the consumer. I just didn't want to overwhelm them with that cost, because there's only so much pretty somebody's going to pay for. But I do want to make sure that I give them pretty. And so now I'm going to stick all of these inside, and I try to make sure that it is in there good. And I like to give you a couple that are put them in here. I think I can get one more in here. I think. Let's do this. So I just kind of play with it a little bit until I get it, because I like for my customers to see some of the items that they ordered. And then, let's see. That. And I still need it for it to be pretty. So, and then to kind of fill up some of that space, I do take some tissue paper and I kind of stuff it a little bit. And then I go back in with some of my shred. Just go like that. Just want to make sure that it's secure and everything's good, and I think that it'll transport fine like this. So then I take my tissue and I am tripping because it's just a little bit short. That's okay. Sorry, I like to clean up my space because I don't have a lot of room, so I like to clean up my area, and I had brought that thing over to me. So and I just take a little tiny piece of tape, try to pull this in, tape it. Uh-oh. I'm going to do another piece because that's just not sitting well for me. And usually, guys, this takes a lot less time because I have the space, and that's just not. Anyway, so I take that, and then I take my, what do you want to call this? My tool. And I give it a Martha Stewart bow. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Martha Stewart's bow, but it's really pretty. It's simple. Just foof it up a bit. Sometimes I have to cut, sometimes I don't, so don't have to cut in this one. And I'll just kind of make sure everything is in there and pretty. And I've already written a letter on one of my cards, so I stick my card underneath. And then I box her up. And then I'll make sure that I add her label, stack her up, and take her to the UPS store, drop her at the UPS store, and then the United States Postal Service will pick her up, or I will take it directly to the post office, depending on several things. But this is my finished package. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, it was just a little tidbit. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.